Hey everyone, Ryan here, and I'm talking to you from Shenzhen, China. Look, before we come over to teach or whatever brings us to China, we want to know how much things cost. So let me show you what you need to know. Most of the places that my girlfriend and I looked at were around 6,000 RMB up to 6,300 RMB. So it's very important that you set your budget to your agent when you first arrive, if your school isn't going to provide you housing. And with that being said, it's also important that you have to be a little bit realistic, because in your first year, you're probably going to be paying a little bit more. So now let me show you what 5,600 RMB can get you. So right now I am in Futian near Qigangmiao subway station, and outside my window I have a view of the street and some skyscrapers. And if I look in here, here is the kitchen. Not messy, but still. And if we walk over here, come to the bathroom with the washing machine inside. Come to Shenzhen is you should get one of these. It's a Shenzhen Tong card, and basically what it is that it makes your life a lot easier. And you can pay for things with WeChat or Alipay if that's your jam, but for me, I like the discount with the Shenzhen Tong card, and it's a good rule to follow for any city that you might visit. Now, it's one thing that I know, it's the price of coffee. Now, wherever you go, if you get a cafe latte, you're going to be spending around 30 RMB. Specifically Starbucks, that's 32 RMB, just so you know. Or go to places that are local and spend a little bit less. So today I'm eating fanxia jidan, which is sort of eggs, tomatoes, and some greens. It cost me 18 RMB, which is between 2 to 3 US dollars. One thing that I have to stress is that I am a vegetarian here in China, which is a little difficult. So you do need to know how to say some things. And if you haven't watched it yet, I did a video for Career China on what it's like to be a vegetarian here in Shenzhen. So while I'm around home, I figured that one of the things that I could do is I could take you inside a convenience store. Unfortunately, there's not really a grocery store that's super close near my apartment, which is where I would recommend that you buy a lot of the things that you need. But I can take you to some of these smaller stores to show you what some of these things might cost. So I just got some bananas, spent 9 RMB on them, and that was a pretty good deal considering that the other shop was going to charge at least twice as much. One thing you may want to start doing when you come to China is take Chinese classes. Now, I paid around 200 RMB per credit hour going to a school called Jiehua. It was a great experience, but it was a little bit more expensive than some of the other places that my friends have visited. They hire a tutor, and she costs around 150 RMB per hour. So I have one more thing that I'm going to show you, and that is the price of beer. So I just sat down and I ordered my beer. This is the Corona. It costs 30 RMB. That's between 4 and 5 US dollars, closer more to the $4 range. Now, that's kind of expensive when you compare it to US Midwestern prices, but here it's a little bit cheaper than what you might find, especially if you go to any sort of club scene. You can expect to pay between 40 to 60 RMB drinks. So especially even draft beer. Like if you order an IPA, then that's what you can expect to pay. Guess what? I'm an English teacher and an actor. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning right now here in Shenzhen, and the first thing that I do after I leave my house is go get coffee. One thing that I think a lot of people don't really understand about China, at least in the cities, is that they're very, very upper class. I mean, I live right next to several different malls. You're going to see a little bit later, but it is expensive here. You're going to find much better deals if you go to some secondhand markets. Alright, so we have our bicycle here, and we're going to scan this QR code to get it to unlock. Now, the quality of the bikes varies. Sometimes you get ones that don't pedal, sometimes you get ones that don't brake, but I would say that 80% of the rides that I get on these things are cheap, and you can't beat 1 RMB per journey. It's amazing. So when I say I'm an actor, what exactly do I mean, and how does that exactly work here in China? Well, you see, we get lessons that we have to rehearse and we have to perform for the kids. And it's not like we're teaching, it's more like skits. Alright, so this is where the magic happens for the actors. It's the green screen. So right now we are in Studio A, and we have a really professional environment for us to create our videos. So what we record is the live action part, but then our illustrators go around and then they add backgrounds to make us look like we're in these animated environments. It's really cool, so I can't wait to show you what it looks like when we start recording. Okay, it's time to get into costume. Nobody's in wardrobe. Ha! Here we go. This is what we have. We have a wide selection of hats and jackets and dresses and overalls and shirts and pants. But for me, I've got my costume right here. So Helen, what are we doing?
So this morning we're going to shoot a lesson about football player. So the first scene will be you and Frankie.
And Frankie, who are you playing?
I am the coach.
You're the coach. Are you going to be a mean coach?
No, I'm a friendly coach. A strong coach.
So once you're in costume, the one thing that you need to do is make sure that you are mic'd up so that you can be heard. So I'm going to string this up so that way the director of photography can hear me. Whew, that was a lot of work, but we're finally wrapped. I just got to be a soccer player, and that is so much fun. And now my tummy's grumbling, so it's time for lunch. Thank you so much for watching. It was awesome showing you around just a tidbit of Shenzhen. And if you have any questions about Shenzhen, China, or me personally, please feel free to direct message me. You can reach me at Ryan Rubi, and that's Ruby with an I. So until next time, bye-bye everyone.